Hello everybody, welcome back once again. We are playing Triangle Strategy. Just about to start the Protect route. Hang on. Yeah, let's just save here. For now.
After consulting the scales and reaching a consensus, House Wolfort resolved to shelter Prince Roland. Not long after, they find themselves besieged by an elite subset of Esfrost's forces. Commanding the Duchy's armies is none other than General Avlora, the deadly warrior who claimed the lives of Prince Franny and Sir Maxwell with her own hands.
Pardon the intrusion, Your Grace. A bird has arrived from House Wolfort.
Concerning Prince Roland, no doubt? So they refused to relinquish him to us. How intriguing. They will remain loyal to the royal family even if it means their demise. Very well. Send a bird to General Avlora. Tell her to make for the Wolfort domain at once, and that she is to return with the prince, or not at all.
Yes, Your Excellency.
Okay, looks like we've got another character story unlocked. Let's actually see. Okay, so this is Medina. In the halls of Hyzan's Ministry of Medicine, a young apothecary worries for the fate of her patients.
It's an emergency. We have two patients. Both with extraordinary fevers. The Rosellen is unresponsive.
Well, I can't tend to both unless you can give me 2 more pairs of arms.
Let me help. I've just completed my training and I'll do whatever it takes to save them.
Are there no real doctors left? Fine, come. We're losing precious time.
Leave the Rosellen. We must prioritize the believer.
As you wish.
But the Rosellen will die unless we do something.
Do they not teach the order of things in school these days?
So what if they do? What does the order of things have to do with saving lives?
Not all lives are weighted the same. You would do well to remember that.
Quickly, Medina, these people are dying as we bicker.
I couldn't save him. Orders or not, I was the one following them. It's all my fault.
Where are you going? Medina!
I beg your pardon, Lord Serenoa, but a doctor from the Ministry requests an audience.
My name is Medina. I've heard much about your house and simply had to see it for myself.
What insolence is this?
Stand down. Pray tell, what brings you before me?
It is said House Wolfort possesses a relic known as the Scales of Conviction. Is this true?
It is. We turn to the scales for guidance in times of trouble.
Then, I wonder if they might guide me forward as well. I had a crisis of confidence. A man was counting on me to save his life, and I let him die. I cannot let this happen again. I wish to save all the lives I can, regardless of country or creed. Pray grant me the chance to consult the scales, that I might walk the righteous path.
The scales are merely a tool to an end. They are not a magical window into the future. When decisions must be made, all in this house have a say. We choose as best we're able and strive to ensure we chose wisely.
You mean you strive not to regret your decision?
That is all one can do. Forgive me if this is not the answer you sought.
Then, would House Wolford accept my aid if I offered it, my lord?
If you would serve as a physician, that would be a boon. For we fear the war is far from over.
I would be honored, my lord. I would see what I could do to rewrite the order of things.
Then let us walk the path together.
I am at your service, my lord.
Alright, Medina has joined our forces. Medina, she starts out kind of not great, but she gets amazing later. Like, absurdly good. Like, broken good. An expert in healing items. Increases the potency of healing items and can use items twice in the same turn. So kind of like Anna, actually. Except only using healing items. Sort of. I also think it actually takes TP to do that, so. Let's take a look at her. Oops. Actually didn't mean to come back here, but here she is. Starts at level 9. There we are. Increase the effect of health recovery. Yeah, double items, and it takes 3 TP though, so it uses 2 items in quick succession. So 22, I think that's where she gets like broken, where anytime she heals, she gains TP back. And so I think, like, if I remember right, for every, person that she heals, she gets TP back, which ends up just being completely absurd. I think, man. Maybe I got that wrong. Let's see. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's something like, maybe it's not like every character that she heals, it's 1 TP back. Maybe it's just anytime she uses a healing item. But anyways, yeah, she's really good. Let's go do the side stories. Okay, so here's the Tellior streets. A bird from the Crown City arrives at the Tellior domain, prompting Lord Silvio to consider his next action.
Ah, Lord Tellior, there you are.
Yes, what is it?
Tidings from Whiteholm, my lord. House Wolffort shelters Prince Roland within their domain and refuses to acquiesce to Estfrost's demands.
What's this? Those fools would stand in defiance against the Duchy.
The Archduke's forces move against the Wolfforts as we speak. They intend to capture Prince Roland and bring down House Wolffort in one fell swoop.
House Wolffort is strong, but not strong enough for a full-on attack from the Duchy's forces. And yet, there is always the chance, however slim, that they will prevail. Best wait and see how the situation unfolds. Yes, there is no need to rush into anything. We must consider carefully what will afford us the best chance of survival. Continue to keep your eye on the other domains. I must know of any movement among the Wolfforts and the Falks, no matter how inconsequential.
Yes, my lord.
Right, next up is here at Whiteholm Castle. It says, after seeing General Avlora and her troops off, Erica and Thalas stroll the grounds of Whiteholm Castle, discussing what may come to pass.
So they would rather die than bend the knee? Wolffort truly is a house of fools. At least Avlora will have the chance to prove herself on the battlefield.
That's why we took her in, no? She'll prove useful yet.
For her own sake, I would hope so. Once we bring down the highest of the 3 high houses, what do you suppose will become of the other 2?
I should think the answer obvious, dear sister. The cowardly Telliors will be at our beck and call. The Falks, too stubbornly loyal for their own good, will not. House Falks presides over bountiful lands. Now, do you suppose Brother will pass up the chance to claim such a tantalizing prize?
Indeed not, brother dear.
Alright, next up is the Falk Street. It says, news of House Wolfort's decision arrives in the Falk's domain on Dark Wings, spurring Lord Landroy to action.
You are aware that Prince Roland fled to the Wolfort domain after the Crown City fell. Esfrost demanded that His Highness be relinquished to their custody immediately. We have just received word that Wolfort refused. A most admirable display of loyalty to Glenbrook's royal family if ever I have seen one. And they are not the only ones who shall remain true. In the name of King Regna, House Fox too will take up arms against those Esfrosty bastards. For we are one of the 3 high houses of Glenbrook. We will live up to that name and fight for our homeland with our lives! Aye! May your shields be strong and your swords strike true, my countrymen! For Glenbrook!
That dude reminds me of a guy from Lord of the Rings. Jeez. Game of Thrones. It's like the dude that gets his hand, like, a couple of his fingers bit off by Robb Stark's wolf. Can't remember his name. It reminds me of him, though. Anyways, a bird arrives at Castle Wolfort bearing news from a lookout.
Avlora? Are you certain?
Yes. We are surrounded by the Archduke's main forces, led by General Avlora herself.
She killed my brother and my master. I must avenge them, even if it means my life.
Your Highness, your life is far too important to so blithely throw away.
I know that, and yet...
Facing the Esfrosti forces head-on is a fool's errand. They will drive us back with ease. Let us consider another strategy. As a matter of fact, there is more to this town than meets the eye. It is a secret which, under normal circumstances, would be divulged to a new lord only after their succession is made official. But desperate times. I sent a man just now to make preparations. Come with me. We haven't much time.
Alright, we've got the exploration phase next. It says, as Serenoa and his band prepare to meet the Esfrosti army on the battlefield, Benedict poses a grave question.
I would hear more of your plan, Benedict.
They say Castle Wolffort was built into a mountainside. Am I to believe there are yet more secrets concealed in its construction?
Just so. As it happens, a contrivance of sorts was installed in the town to be used only in cases of dire emergency.
What manner of contrivance? I've never heard such a thing.
You wouldn't have. The information is divulged only to the Lord of the House and his closest advisors. It is a secret, one that embodies this town's true worth.
I see. Then what, pray tell, is this town's true worth?
The towering walls that rise up in all directions, the network of sloped waterways. This town appears as any other to my eye, but perhaps my gaze is untrained.
It is the canals we will use. We shall pour flaming oil into them from above and burn our enemy out.
What in the... Benedict, have you gone mad?
Do you see those hawk sculptures located throughout the town?
I do. They are the means by which the weapon may be activated, I presume.
Indeed. Tearing them down will trigger a barrier to rise around the canals. After that, no one will be able to get in or out until the blaze subsides.
You would burn people's homes. No, the very town itself, along with our foes. But just think of the lives that may be sacrificed.
This is the path we have chosen. There's little choice left to us if we wish to survive. We must win, whatever the cost. Prepare for battle.
Alright, we must make ready for the Duchy's attack. I had best check on the hawk statuettes throughout town. Again, keep in mind, I'm actually not going to end up using the statuettes. If you want the golden route, you can't use them. You absolutely cannot burn the town. How has it come to another war with Esfrost? Forgive the brief moment of despair, my lord. 'Tis all too sudden. We'll guard those who have taken refuge in the castle. We pray you'll lead us to victory, my lord. There's a firestone. There's another firestone. I'm not going to do the talk with Roland yet. I cannot believe we are to burn the town and our enemy both. I understand that we must prevail at all cost, yet still. But we don't, actually. Not at all costs. At basically no cost, actually. With your father sick abed, the fate of this land rests upon your shoulders, my lord. I'm confident you will lead us wisely in defense of our domain, as befitting one of Glenbrook's high houses. I must be certain I make the right decision. Much rests on the shoulders of the lord of a high house. All this talk of setting fire to the town to defeat the enemy, war is truly a waking nightmare. Indeed. One of the soldier men told us to go inside the castle. Don't worry, my friend and I will be real quiet. Alright, looks like there's nothing else in this house. I'm not going to talk to Anna yet either. Here's a itinerant merchant. I'm going to buy everything I can. Boy, that ranged HP recovery pellet is expensive. Let's go down to the accessories. I'm not going to equip this stuff yet. I'll do that maybe off screen. Whoops. Here's a speed ring. These things are amazing. I mean, really, any way to increase your speed, I think, is, good. Hopefully I've got enough cash to just buy everything right now, yeah. Looking like that might be the case. Nah, actually not looking like it's... Yeah, I'm gonna run out, aren't I? Pretty close, though. Alright, so I'll do a, I'll have to do some of the mental mock battles again to get some more cash for that. Did I go in here yet? Nope, I didn't. I think this is the same cat as you know, the billion other times that we had a exploration phase here in this town. I'm actually kind of surprised that I ran out of cash. Really thought that I had enough for all this stuff, or I was gonna have enough. Anyways, here's Gila. The townsfolk are being led to refuge within the castle. Surprisingly, they are going without incident, though it cannot be easy knowing that they will lose their homes. Well, good thing is they won't. Has it truly come to this? I only just opened for business. There's 400 coins. So, if I remember correctly, so there's another hawk statue that's, I think, behind this, this little, whatever this is, hut or stall. But I think if you reveal that hawk statue, you might lose a treasure later on. So I'm not going to do that. And because I'm not going to use the hawk statues anyway, it doesn't actually make sense at all to, you know, to reveal it. Huet, there is a process to unveil that last statuette. And that's by talking to Huet once, and then there's an NPC. I think it's actually this guy here. And then talking to Huet again, but I'm not going to do that. I'm actually only going to talk to Huet once, and I'm gonna wait until later. But again, so make sure you don't like talk to her, then talk to him, and then talk to her again, because that will open up the that last statuette, which again I think is going to screw you out of a treasure later. So, anyways, I must escort my child to safety in the castle. Will we lose our home? No, you won't. My friend and I were supposed to go play, but Mama says I have to go to the castle where it's safe. I can't believe we're to use such terrible devices. Don't worry, we won't. There's a red scarf. This thing is amazing. Roster. So I will be using this for sure on Serenoa for the time being. The red scarf says it recover HP when you defeat an enemy. So you're going to want to put that on somebody that's going to, you know, probably A, take damage, and also B, finish enemies off. I'm going to use that specifically to farm the crap out of one of the mental mock battles with Serenoa. I'll kind of go over that in a little bit. Whoops. Let's see if this guy sees. You never need salt more than you do during wartime. I only hope our stores will last. It makes me sick to think that sick to think of Hyzant growing fat off the corpses of Glenbrook and Esfrost. Have you heard the news about Lord Silvio Host Telior? When Esfrost attacked, he didn't muster a single soldier in defense, just holed up in his own domain like the cowardly gobshite he is. Ain't got a loyal bone in his body, that one. It's no wonder his own people don't trust him. What a sorry excuse for a lord of the high houses. Lord Silvio no doubt thought of his domain first. I know well how it feels to be preoccupied with thoughts of protecting your own land. I shudder to think he's lost all sense of loyalty to the crown, yet his actions speak for themselves. Yeah, he's not loyal at all. He's a scheming turd. High HP recovery pellet times 2. Looks like there's nothing else in this house. It's just about to set off for the Crown City when they blockaded the highway. I know not what lies in store for us, but it won't be good for business, I can tell you that. Cannot believe the Duchy would be so bold as to invade Serenoa, or Lord Serenoa, I beg you, protect our lands. Will do, lady, will do. And with pleasure. So yeah, the next storyline battle is the one with Evlora here. I absolutely love it. It's actually probably my favorite battle in the entire game. It's somewhat challenging. Okay, so I think at this point, actually let's... Yeah, we still have to do our conviction choices. Yeah, let's save here. And let's actually... Yeah, I might just do these choices right now. Alright, I understand what my life means to our kingdom. I must survive the battle at all costs. And yet Father Franny, Cordelia, Sir Maxwell. She killed them all, Serenoa. I must avenge them with my own hand. Yeah, sadly he won't be avenging them with his own hand because I don't take Roland into the next battle. But I think I'm going to do one... So we've got two conviction choices right now. I think I'm going to do one utility and one liberty. So the one here with Roland, the top option is morality, the middle is liberty, and the bottom is utility. So let's do liberty. I will not stand in your way. Avlora is yours. Again, sorry, that's actually not true. You're not even going to be in the next battle. Ha 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 ha! My thanks, Serenoa. I knew you would understand. The remaining soldiers I leave to you, but Avlora is mine to defeat. I owe my life to you all, and I will not part with it easily. The duchy shall not find us easy prey. I will use that method at the risk of our own lives and the homes of the people. Still, is this the choice that you would make? It will take many years to rebuild the town. Innocent people will suffer. Alright, so this is Anna. And we're looking to do utility, which is the bottom option. But the top option here is... Oops, sorry. Hang on a sec here. Top option is utility, middle is liberty, and the bottom is morality. Yeah, we're going to go with the top option, which again is utility. I will offer them due compensation if we triumph. If we fail, then all was lost from the start. I know you have only the well-being of your people at heart. I apologize for speaking out of place. And I know you meant only to remind me that no nation exists without a people. I cannot make them whole again, but their suffering will be paid for in kind. Indeed, I am sure they know how deeply you care for them. You must prevail, and rest assured that I will see that we do. For Prince Roland's sake and for our own. I'm actually going to end this, even though I'm probably not... I'm going to end up doing some mental mock battles and then coming back. I just actually want to see if I unlock any of the other characters. We've made what preparations we can. All that remains now is to meet the Duchy in battle.
How fare you, Benedict?
My preparations are complete. I trust you're ready as well, my lord?
As ready as I shall ever be.
We have given ourselves every advantage that we can, my lord.
Indeed we have. I only hope that it is enough.
My lord, the Esfrosti forces are on the move.
And so it begins.
Our foe advances. Take up your positions, everyone, and be ready for the signal. Shall we, my lord?
Yes, it is time.
Okay, yeah, it looks like I've got a bunch of character stories to do. Izana is unlocked, Archibald, and actually Piccoletta. So this is actually literally perfect. This is exactly how I wanted this to play out. At this point, yeah, all of these characters these are kind of like the easy ones to get, I would say. All of the rest of the characters take way, way more conviction to get. So basically, this is like the 500... of all of the, morality, utility, and liberty, and lower. So it's more or less that I've got 500 across the board. So we're rocking right around 1,500 total convictions. Again, somewhere around there, because we're able to get everybody. So let's go through these. So Izana says, a shaman happens upon a village and uses her power over the weather to bring succor to those suffering from drought.
The sun's a harsh mistress, ain't she? If she sticks around much longer, my fields are apt to wither from the attention. I'd give my firstborn for a drop of rain.
Aye. And it ain't just the crops what are worse for wear. I'd cry over our lot, but naught but dust would pour from my eyes.
How pitiless. the caprices of nature. What grudge do the heavens bear to make the poor souls who tend the land suffer so? I would be remiss to let such suffering continue. If fate will show you no mercy, then I shall. You begged for even a single drop of rain. I shall give you more. Behold as I flood this desiccated land with nourishment.
Huh? What's that the lady said? I believe she means to pull rain from a cloudless sky.
Ha! I'd have more luck getting milk from a bull.
You must tell me if you do. We're in sore need of a miracle.
A pleasure as always to see you, my lord. You've come just in time. This lass is about to put on a show.
I am called Izana. Allow me to banish the sun's cruel rays from your domain, that your people may see a measure of succor.
Banish the sun? I wasn't aware it was in the habit of taking orders.
Will slap my ass like I was just born. Rain! Honest to goodness, rain!
How did... I've never witnessed a miracle like this.
Izana, was it? On behalf of my people, allow me to express to you my deepest gratitude.
There is no need for such formalities. I seek only to alleviate the suffering of the downtrodden in any way I can. If it is not too bold of me to ask, do you have need of a humble shaman within your ranks? Tales of House Wolfort's magnanimity have reached even my remote village. It would be an honor to serve you, my lord.
We would welcome you with open arms, and the honor would be entirely ours. Doubtless, we will have occasion to call upon your talents sooner rather than later.
Right, Zena joins our forces. Excellent. Alright, Zana's aptitudes in battle. A shaman with the weather at her whim excels at wind and lightning magic and summons rainstorms and tempests to turn the tide of battle. Zana's okay. Not one of my favorite characters, but she's alright. Let's take a look at her abilities that she's, at least the ones that she starts out with. So Rite of Lightning says deal lightning type magic damage to an enemy and have a chance to paralyze them for 2 turns. Effect spreads on water. This is actually really good. You know, on hard mode, excuse me, on hard mode, lightning is amazing. I mean, it kind of always is, but especially on hard, because it can stun enemies that are, you know, standing in puddles. And then Rite of Wind says deal wind magic, wind type magic damage to all enemies within range and change the direction they face. This is basically the same thing as Narv. And then I don't remember some of the rest of her stuff. Like a Curse Strike, I don't remember what that one does. It's obviously a passive. Pierce Defenses, I think that just, you know, like pierces magic defense. Rite of Rain summons rain. And then Rite of Tempest summons a Tempest, which is kind of useful for Archibald. I think it also reduces accuracy or something like that of Archer or something like that. Alright, let's do Archibald next. A single man survived the battle at the Citadel of the Sands, but who is he? He's amazing. Spoiler alert, he's awesome.
Got you right in my sights.
There are too many of them, Minister Archibald.
And flee we must. I'll hold him here, but you lot, retreat!
Minister Archibald!
No, this cannot be how it ends. My lungs yet draw breath, my heart yet beats. This place shall not be my grave.
So the cycle of war and chaos begins anew. And once again, I must take up my bow. I've been watching you fight from afar, and I like what I see. Almost reminds me of myself in my younger days.
You flatter me.
Still, I doubt you'll emerge victorious. Without me on your side, that is. The name's Archibald. Allow me into your ranks, and you'll see. I can match men half my age, shot for shot.
I couldn't ask one so elderly to risk his life in battle.
This graybeard survived the Salt Iron War with naught but the bow at his back, I'll have you know. And my aim is just as sharp now as it was then. I haven't many years left, lad, and I'd like to spend them fighting for a just cause.
If that is what you wish, then I shall not refuse. We welcome your bow.
Alright, Archibald joined your forces. Archibald actually reminds me a little bit of Medina in that he's got kind of a lame start. I mean, it's okay. It's actually better than Medina's, I would argue, but like about midway through the game, he just gets amazing. He's just crazy good. A legendary and intimidating archer, deals more damage to distant targets, and his bow boasts increased range. Alright, let's take a look here. Roster. Here he is. Alright, edged arrow. Deal physical damage to a single enemy, ignoring their defense. That's okay. I actually don't really use that much. Like early in the game, I probably use it more, but later that'll be kind of lame. Deal greater, and then sniper. Deal greater damage the further the enemy is. This is honestly pretty lame. I was taking a look at when I played, years ago. I was actually looking at how much like extra damage, that sniper does, and it is not much at all. And it's certainly not worth like moving Archibald to, get slightly more damage. Maybe there's a, some scenario where you're okay. I'm gonna do like one more damage, and that's gonna finish the guy off. Like okay, but more times than not, it's actually, not even really worth considering. Arrow spray he gets that at level 10. That's kind of like an AoE. Like I want to say maybe like a frontal cone or something like that. I don't really use that a whole lot either. I don't remember what second sight is. Sticky arrow I think like reduces evasion or something, which is pretty lame. And then of course at an inescapable arrow at 27. This is what makes him insane. He can basically hit anything at that point, no matter how far away it is. It's crazy good. So he is a long-term project, we'll say. All right, next up is Piccoletta. So it says Serenoa and company encounter a girl in a desolate rocky area who tells them she was once part of a circus troupe.
What's a child like you doing in such a lonely place?
I have nowhere else to go.
Where are your parents?
They died years ago.
My lord.
My name is Serenoa. What's yours?
Piccoletta.
Picoletta, you throw that ball with such skill.
Because it's my job. When I throw this ball, everyone applauds. Well, they used to. But the circus is gone now, so I'm all on my own. What are you doing here, mister?
We are trying to put an end to this war.
I hate war. War made everyone go away. You're really gonna end the war? Then let me go with you. I can throw my ball and help you fight the bad people. Oops. There goes my tummy grumbling again.
My lord, we cannot simply leave this poor child here.
I know. All right then, Picoletta. Come with us. But before we go fight the bad people, let us fill our bellies. After that, perhaps you could show us some tricks with your ball.
Sure thing. That's what I'm best at.
Okay, Picoletta joined her forces. Not a big fan of Picoletta. There's rare occasions where she's like okay, but not big on her. An expert in offensive items, increases the range of offensive items and can summon a decoy of herself. Her decoy is actually pretty good. And can't. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that, but actually this is okay. I need to come in here anyway and do or get ready for the next mental mock battle. So, let's see here. Picoletta. Item launch says increases targetable range by 2 when using an item on an enemy. That just lets her throw items a little bit farther, like the Windstone, Firestone, those sort of things. Decoy, probably her best ability actually. Summon a clone on a selected square. Clones previously summoned with this ability will disappear. Decoys generally will draw the attention of enemies. So that's pretty nice in terms of defense. Again, and as I always say, on a hard mode playthrough, those are very, very, very good. And then I don't really remember much of the rest of it. Her ball toss is kind of lame. Illusion Vanish, I don't remember what this does. I know maybe that's what makes her illusion explode on death. I can't remember. And then intensive items, that makes it sound like it increases the effectiveness or something. But anyways, I'm going to end this one here. I'm going to do the next mental mock battle in the next video. So as always, I hope the guide was helpful, and thank you for watching.